So the starters for the Yankee series is going to be Wojo will be tomorrow, and then we're Means is probable for the next day. And that's my announcement.
Perfect. We'll go into questions. Rock, you can lead us off.
Brandon, what have these last few days been like for you and you guys being, starting with being in a hotel in Miami, not knowing if you were going to play or when, and maybe health concerns when you saw what was happening with the Marlins?
Well, it's been an unusual day or two for sure. But we're happy to be home. We're looking forward to our home opening day tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, it's just there's so much uncertainty with everything. And yesterday was just a kind of a crazy day where we're on the phone a lot and finding things out by the hour or the minute like you guys were. So it was just a hang tight, and we'll see what happens. And so now we're back in Baltimore, and we are looking forward to having our home opener here tomorrow. And our schedules changed a little bit, and so we're playing the Yankees the next 2 days.
Dan Conley, you're up next. Go ahead, Dan.
Brandon, I think in retrospect, a lot of people would say that there's inevitability that something like this may happen, given the whole situation. But when the reality actually strikes, and when one of your fellow teams has 15 guys that test positive,
yeah.
What is the mindset for you guys? And how did you have to? You have such a young team. How did you deal with these young guys? And were there a lot of discussions about it?
We continue to talk every day. I think that we were hoping something like this wasn't going to happen. We feel like we're doing our best to follow the protocols and follow the guidelines. We're being really vigilant about it here. It's really, really unfortunate. I know a lot of people over there a lot of people that were there were there when I was there 10 years ago. So, yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but yeah, I think that it's just the way it is right now, and we're just trying to do our part to be as safe and healthy and do things the right way here. We're trying to do it as much as possible.
Can I follow up with that real quick? Was there anybody that brought to you specific concerns after this came out? Any of the players?
No, I just think we talked about their situation, and we just still don't know a lot about their situation. We don't know a lot. We've tried to reach out a couple times, and just haven't heard a lot of the information, to be honest with you. So it's really not fair for me to comment on what's happened there, just because I don't know. But I'm hoping that everybody's okay, and I hope that they get through it, and people are coming out the other side healthy.
I'm sorry, Brandon. What I meant was, did any of your players come to you after this with any specific concerns about that?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
John Muley, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Before MLB intervened, it seemed like there was still a strong possibility that you guys could be playing the Marlins in this circumstance. Were you guys prepared to do that tomorrow night if that was what it came to, knowing what was out there about their situation?
I don't think yesterday is when we found out. I'm trying to backtrack what happened. Spent a lot of day. I spent the whole day in the hotel room. I think we were just unclear. I think everything was a little bit. I was fully prepared. Our advanced team was fully prepared. Our coaches were fully prepared to play the Marlins. And then as the day went along, things started to change, and there was a little bit of question about what was happening. And I was following along like everybody else to see what we were doing. But I don't remember a specific time where we thought that we were definitely not playing them. I just think it was over the course of the day, as there was more conversations and meetings, that it might look that way.
Rich Dubrow, you're up next. Go ahead, Rich.
Brandon, does this situation with the Marlins make you more uneasy about about what's going on?
I think that you're always going to have concern. I think we had concern going in. I think we're trusting the process of how we're going about things here. But yeah, I think that it's natural to, when there's numerous guys on one team that tested positive, I think that there is a little bit of concern, but I think that we want to play. Our guys want to play. We feel comfortable about how things are here right now. And like I said, we're going to continue to follow closely all the guidelines in place because our guys really want to be on the field. So this was something that was possible, and it's extremely unfortunate. But I know that our guys want to play baseball, and so it's I think we're taking it very, very seriously.
Nathan Ruiz, you're up next. Go ahead, Nathan.
Hey, Brandon, obviously there's still a lot we don't know, but you know, the numbers that are out there, more than a third of their roster. Do you, as a manager, have you thought about how you would handle a situation like that if it was presented to you? You just can't let yourself think that way?
Never been through this before. No. I think honestly, I'm handling things day to day. I think we all are right now. We're handling things day to day that we've never handled before. I've been in professional baseball for 23 years, maybe since 1997. And then there's a lot of firsts this year. And so it's constantly adjusting, and a lot of Zoom meetings and a lot of relying on advice and help and conversations to try to make this the best year that we possibly can.
Mark Viviano, you're up next. Go ahead, Viv.
Hey, Brandon. Along those lines, you're talking about, kind of learning as you go. And I guess you get an opportunity to learn from what the Marlins just went through a little bit here. It was described that their players voted to play Sunday after the tests were made known. Is that protocol? Would you let your guys vote to play? Do you know that to be the way to go forward with this?
I think that's a report that I read. I don't know how accurate that is, or I really don't know about their situation. I just know what I've read, just like you guys have known what you've read. I don't have any inside Marlins information on how things were handled over there, so I don't really feel comfortable commenting on it.
Okay, I guess I should take it away from them and just say, in that situation, is that something players vote on? Do you know that one way or the other? Okay.
Something that's even come up for us, to be honest with you.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I think we would just handle things organizationally, how things come up. But I don't think we have I don't know. I have no idea.
Gotcha.
We're adjusting on the fly.
Jerry Coleman, you're up next. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Brandon, would you be able to take us a little bit through the timeline once you left Fenway? You get on a plane, I guess you make a trip down to Miami, and then how you got the news, and you've talked a lot about being at the hotel, the reports, they extended room service and all that. So, we're all kind of ambiguous about the last 48 hours and what went on down there.
Yeah, I'll give you a play-by-play. We landed in Miami late. We woke up in the morning. There were some reports, some text started going out about some rumors. We were waiting to hear. I had a nice breakfast at the Four Seasons room service. Again, some more conversations about what's happening. We're still waiting. We're still on hold. The team is on hold. I communicated with our club about that. we're still preparing to play, but we have no idea what's going on. But just be by your phone, be ready. We're not leaving our rooms. We're not leaving the hotel. The Four Seasons there has a really good cheeseburger that I ordered. So I had a nice lunch by myself in my room, and then continued to just talk throughout the day about what was going on, getting more and more information. And then the next thing you know, we're not playing and heading back to Baltimore. And that's really the extent of it.
Did you get fries with the cheeseburger?
Yeah, that would be sweet potato fries. Delicious. Really good.
Okay.
Recommend if you go there. Key Biscayne.
Joe Trezza, you're up next. Go ahead, Joe.
Brandon, two quick ones if I could sneak them in. There was a report that the Yankees are working out tonight at the stadium. Have you guys worked out since you've been back? And as much as you can say one way or the other, is there going to be any change to the complexion of your roster going into this series, if you can say so?
Yeah, as of right now, no change to the complexion of the roster. Beginning of the question was, did we work out? That's a yes. We just got off the field. The Yankees are working out as well, and they probably just started their workout now. So we both teams worked out today.
What was the nature of today's workout for you guys?
We did some bunting. We took some ground balls and fly balls, and we took some batting practice and pitchers threw.
All right, Jeff Arnold, you're up next. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Brandon, when you're trying to prepare for a series against a team on such short notice like this one against the Yankees, what are some of the challenges that you guys deal with trying to get ready with very little time to prepare?
Well, I think a team like the Yankees pretty much know these guys. Saw them quite a bit last year. So it's pretty much the same group of guys. There's some pitchers that we're unfamiliar with that, we dove into as soon as we got the word today, the news today, we dove into. So our guys are hard at work right now, kind of going through advanced reports on a lot of the pitchers, but obviously we know Garrett Cole, we know Hap if he's the game 2 starter. A lot of their high leverage guys in their bullpen are similar to last year, and their lineup is very, very similar to last year. So I'll watch a couple other games that they just played. I'll get some reports on some of the new guys, and we'll roll it out there for opening day.
Dan Conley, you're up again. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, Brandon, just wanted to see if you can give us a sense of what may happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Yankees are supposed to come in again. Are there several different contingencies? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to prepare when you don't even know what's going to be happening in a few days. So how are you guys handling that?
We're not even there yet. I haven't heard. I think that I'm sure MLB is working hard on the scheduling process. But until they announce anything or they let me know, I honestly don't know. So right now we got the Yankees for 2, we got the Rays for 3, and what happens on Monday, I'm not really sure. We're day-to-day adjustments in 2020 season.
Viv, you're up again. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brandon, you touched on this a little bit when you mentioned, your kind of empathy for the Marlins. You know some guys over there. In an overall sense, is there more of a being in this together amongst all the teams, given the oddity that you guys are all going through? As competitive as this game is there more of a, sort of a camaraderie about you guys got to get through it together?
I think that we're trying to look out for each other. Absolutely. I think that it's a small fraternity and it's a pretty tight circle. Our baseball community and a lot of us have worked together. A lot of us known each other for a lot of years. I'm sure our players have friends over on their team. So we feel for them, and you never want to see anything negative happen to anybody in our game. And so I think that this is, I think we're we're empathetic to their situation, and we hope that everybody comes out of this really healthy and that they're able to get back on the field soon.
Melanie Newman, you're up. Go ahead, Melanie.
Knowing, it just showed me the option to unmute, sorry. So when you look at everything, you throw the rule book out the window, knowing what the Yankees were in March, you were expecting to not see Judge. Stanton hadn't really come into form yet. Garrett Cole kind of remains the same in that. What additions have you made coming into this series now that some of those heavier hitters have had the time to come back in?
Yeah, I mean, this is the New York Yankees, and this is the team we were expecting going in. You know, I know that they were banged up early, but now they pretty much have everybody except for Chappie at the end, and so it's a good club. It's a ready to win now club. They're trying to win the trophy at the end for sure, and we know we saw them a lot last year, so we're hoping that we play them better than we did last year. I like the way we played the last 2 days in Boston. I'm really going to be more concerned about us, honestly, than I am about them. But I think our guys are going to go out there and compete, and it doesn't matter who's on the other side. This is the AL East. It's an adult division for sure. I mean, there's a lot of good teams, and there's some heavy hitters around this league. So it's just another really good team that's coming in that we're going to have to play well to compete with.
Rob Long, you're up next. Go ahead, Rob.
Thank you, Brendan. I'm going to keep the camera off. I don't have my face on this evening. Look,
I should start doing.
Buster Olney of ESPN suggested that baseball might go to, or should go to, more of a win percentage, because you may have situations where team can't play 60 games. And even though 60 games is a short season, it's still a long way to go with this pandemic. Do you think that's fair in the interest of competitive balance to go towards a win percentage, knowing that all teams didn't play the same amount of games?
Rob, I have no idea. I haven't read Buster's. Obviously, I think that you're trying to be as fair as possible. I think that the league will has the best interest in making it fair for everyone. And but I just don't know. I think that we're all trying to get through this season in the best way possible. I think there's some obviously adjustments along the way. But we're hoping this is an isolated case and we don't have to, the team doesn't go through this but you never know. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm sure that they're going to try to make it as fair as they can for everybody and make it equal. And you would think that would happen.
Okay. Thank you.
John Muley, you're up again. Go ahead, John.
Brandon, just to bring it back to everything, you guys, even though it was the Marlins situation, you guys were at least tangentially involved in something that everyone in baseball and sports and the country were really closely paying attention to. We kind of threw it, but what was that like mentally, emotionally for you?
Well, I honestly, it was just we were preparing for the Marlins to play the Marlins. I prepared in the morning. I was still going through all my stuff like we were going to play the Marlins, but knowing that there might be change, and I was following the reports along with everybody else. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to not know. So we're just hanging around not knowing what's going on. And I think that it's, it almost felt like you're just sitting around waiting in your clubhouse waiting to play. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's definitely an uneasy feeling. I mean, my thoughts were honestly with the people that were over there. I have friends on their staff. When I heard staff members, I've worked with Gene Basham and James Rowson before that are over there on their staff. And so my thoughts were to those guys. Jonathan VR is over there, and loved coaching him last year. So I started thinking about him. I think you're starting to think about the people that are over there, and you're hoping that everything is okay. And then with our situation, it was just the wait and see. And I don't know what to say really. It was just kind of a numb feeling of what's going to happen.
Melanie, you're up again. Go ahead, Melanie.
Hey, Brandon, one last question. Hearing reports from some of these teams that have been stuck spending time in these hotels, they've found ways to either be active with their teammates or using, equipment, whether that's a simple long toss down the hallway. Did you guys find, any of that type of a resource in that day that you had stuck in the hotel? Is that something that you guys are kind of going to look at going ahead if you have another situation where you're stuck waiting?
Well, that was just a day after we just played a pretty grind series against the Red Sox. There was a few guys that could have used a day off anyways, and so I thought we were taking it as a recovery day if that was what it was, and that's what it ended up being with the workout today. So no, we didn't take any of those. I didn't feel like we needed any more baseball drills or anything like that on a day after we just flew in from Boston and got in late at night.